What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna be reacting to 3 very scary, true New Year's Eve stories animated by Horror Shorts Party. Now, with it still being like the top of the new year, I want it to be on theme. So I'm a little late, but I'm still on theme. You feel me? So hey, but before we even get started, y'all go ahead and make that like button official. And yeah, without further ado, let's do it. Countdown from hell.
This happened in the early 2000s when I was a little girl. Leading up to New Year's Eve, my parents had just bought a brand new computer and kept it in the living room where I was only allowed to use it under their supervision. Of course, that didn't stop me. Whenever I wanted to play games or surf the internet without my parents breathing down my neck, I would sneak out of my bedroom after they fell asleep. At night, I could do whatever I wanted, but the one thing I did most was chat with this girl named
Hey man, see, I came up when like the internet was, first getting started. I used to like have to, I used to have to like sneak to get. I didn't even have to sneak for real. My mom, she used to work late at night, so I used to be online like, Mees. I don't know if y'all remember that Mees, IMVU, Habbo Hotel. I was on that. Guy online, man. I was in a lot of them little online chat rooms and shit, man. But I was kind of I had a nefarious look in my eye like she did, but I wouldn't know no weird shit. I had an online girlfriend. I did.
Christine, who I became friends with online. Over time, we became very close, talking almost every night until we called each other best friends. I opened up about how strict my parents were, while she talked about her parents didn't seem to pay any attention to her at all. We discussed a meeting in person many times, but we discovered that we lived nearly 50 miles apart, which was an impossible distance for either of us to cover at that age. Then, one day, close to New Year's Eve, Christine broke some incredible news. She said her older brother had just gotten his license and could drive. This was a big deal because I could finally meet Christine face to face and hang out with her versus chatting online. We eventually hatched a plan. I had always complained that my parents never let me stay up until midnight on New Year's Eve, so Christine said her brother would pick me up at my house right after my parents went to sleep. He would then drive me over to Christine's, where we would watch the fireworks show in her neighborhood. Then he would drive me back to my house before my parents woke up in the morning.
Oh.
I was excited as hell and felt like a rebel for once. I was tired of obeying such strict rules all the time and being told what I could.
Hey, did y'all come up under like strict parents? And if so, did that make you more like a rebellious teenager? Did that make you a rebellious teenager? And then, if you were a rebellious teenager, how are you as an adult, if you are an adult? Because, like I just said, my mom, she worked a lot. So, I really just, I just did whatever I wanted for the most part. I wasn't out there on, like, no crazy stuff. But I did just, like, I would go to the mall. Like, just get out of school and go to the mall. I wouldn't go straight home, stuff like that. It wasn't nothing crazy. So, yeah. But, hey, they say strict parents make for rebellious teenagers.
And couldn't do. It felt good trying something new for once. On the night of New Year's Eve, I waited up in bed until 10 p.m. My parents always fell asleep before then. Soon after, I looked out my window and saw the car parked on the street just past my driveway. That was him, Christine's brother, there to pick me up. I snuck out of the house, then went up to the car and tapped on the window. It opened just a crack, and in the darkness, I could barely see his face. He said he was there to pick me up, just like we had planned, so I got in the back seat. Once inside, I started to feel a bit nervous. I still couldn't quite see what he looked like, so I tried to make conversation, hoping it would make things less uncomfortable.
So, where's Christine?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Is she
hell
waiting
no.
at the house for me?
I made her up.
What?
Christine is a lie. I made her up.
What? No. Why?
to get to you.
Oh, hell no. See, here's the thing. Like my mom, she wasn't going for none of that shit. Like, my mom wasn't going for none of that shit. She was, like, hey, I need to know your parents, all this, like, that whole online, like I said, I had a little online girlfriend, but I never met her. In, like, no, hold on. Let me stop lying. I had like 2 or 3 online girlfriends that I actually met, and one of them that I actually like met in person and started a real relationship with. So let me not lie. But yeah, nah. I remember in school they used to they did used to like teach you about, you know, cyber predators and you know, just creepy people online. I don't know if they still like teach people the dangers of online, you know. But honestly, I don't think they even need to teach it. Like, you watch videos like this every day. This is real life. This is real life circumstances. So, yeah, I'm yapping too much. I'm sorry.
By the time I realized I had walked into a trap, I was already racing away from home at 60 miles per hour. There was no way out, no way for me to
Down
get
the
the better of
residential?
him. I couldn't break through the window or find any sort of weapon. I couldn't even try to choke him without pulling my arms away from his neck like they were made of ribbons. To make matters worse, it was the middle of the night, and all anyone was focused on were parties and fireworks. When he pulled into the driveway of his house, there wasn't a single person on the street I could call for help. As the garage door closed behind us, I felt like I was being buried alive. The next thing I knew, he was dragging me out of the car as I kicked and screamed, fighting for my life. He took me into his basement.
No, yeah, no. Kick, scream, bite, and hey, do whatever you gotta do to get it. Like, these are the type of people that, you know, you gotta. I'm sorry, I got something in my eye, but these are the type of people that need to be locked up, thrown away the key, put in an electric chair. And that's why, you know, you gotta be real protective of your kids online. So, yeah, like, my son, shit like this is not gonna happen. Because what the hell? Like, bro, let me see that phone, man. Let me see what you're doing. If I have a daughter, bro, hey, nah, let me see that phone. Let me see that account. Give me that password. Give me all that. Because I'm not going. I'm not going for none of that.
Where he tied me up and shackled me to the wall of his dungeon. I was too innocent to know what was about to happen to me, but I was sure it was going to be worse than anything I could possibly imagine. 7, 6.
Oh my God. Now, I'm sorry I keep on pausing it, but just imagine, like, this is happening to you this is happening to you somewhere unknown, and everybody just like having a good time above you, like right above you.
5, 3, 1. Happy New Year! Oh, my dear sweet wife, don't cry. It's time for the real fireworks.
Violate.
I never left that dungeon, not as the same person I was when I was forced into it anyway. For days, that monster held me captive and kept me in misery, torturing me, destroying me, and taking videos of it all for the internet. It took nearly a week for the authorities to catch up and rescue me, but by then, there was little left of me to free. Allegedly, the police had gotten an anonymous tip from one of his online viewers, which led them to my rescue. My entire life since then has been a slow, agonizing crawl back to a semblance of normalcy. Every New Year's Eve, it feels like I'm right back where I started. On New Year's Day of 2002, a young female named Alicia Kozakevich disappeared from her suburban Pennsylvania home following a family dinner. Suspicions that Alicia may have been lured by someone she had met while chatting on the internet.
So this is like the true life correlation? All right, let's get back into it.
That proved to be true. For 4 days, Alicia had been tortured while she
Oh,
was
he
held
actually looked
captive
like
in
this.
the basement by a 38-year-old computer programmer who she met in an online chat room months earlier. The horrific images of Alicia's torment in captivity were posted on the internet by her abductor. Authorities were able to track Alicia from an anonymous tip from one of her abductor's online acquaintances to a townhouse in Virginia where they found her chained to the floor with a locked collar around her neck in what Alicia describes as
Sickening. Hey, you know what? Let's play and see what happened to him. Cause, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought like they were exaggerating a couple parts of it. But this is real. I thought they were exaggerating when he said very true. I'm sorry, y'all.
a dungeon. Allegedly, Alicia originally developed a close online relationship with Christine, whom she believed was a 14-year-old girl with long red hair. Alicia later learned that Christine was a 42-year-old man, but in the online world where identity is often ambiguous, Alicia remained friends with Christine. Eventually, Christine introduced Alicia to the man who would later become her abductor. Alicia's abductor is presently serving out a 20-year prison sentence.
20 years? 20 years? That's it? He had her. You chain somebody, you lure them in the online chat room, chain them to a dungeon. You lure a child to a dungeon, and you only get 20 years. Okay, just look. Just that outcome. That outcome just irritated me. 20 years.
I lived with my mother, brother, and 3 sisters. Unfortunately, our father has been gone for many years. My brother, being the oldest child and only son, believes this makes him the man of the household.
Oh, man.
But he's anything but that. He's just a piece of shit. He just bullies all of us, including my mom. When my dad was around,
I don't know. With this haircut, he looked like a bully. Like, now that I know that these are very real, I want to see what the real person look like, because this haircut not doing him no justice.
could at least rely on him to keep us safe. But ever since he left, my brother took control of everything. He easily overpowers us by force whenever he wants. Our only advantage is that we outnumber.
I'm sorry, just the animation. The animation made it.
Him, but that doesn't mean he isn't able to single us out when he gets the chance. Recently, however, my mom wanted us to do something as a family for New Year's Eve, so she booked us a hotel room. I don't know where she got the idea from, but I suspect my brother had something to do with it. Or maybe she thought it would help us form a better relationship with him. But as cramped as our house was, the hotel room we found ourselves in that night brought us into a world of absolute hell. The problem started almost right away when we tried to discuss the sleeping arrangements. My brother wanted the big bed in a larger private room meant for parents all to himself, leaving the 4 of us girls and our mother to fight for space on the 2 tiny beds in the main room.
Hold on, little nigga. Do you like pay any bills? Provide any food? Cause yeah, apparently y'all gotta stay in a hotel, so you're not doing like. Who are you to be making these demands? Right? Like my mom, she was very adamant about staying in a child's place and things of that nature. I don't know when stuff like that got flipped on his head, like morals and values got flipped on his head, but yeah, these niggas be bugging, man. They be bugging. Cause yeah, like we done been through some situations where we don't have to get it out the mud for real, but and my mom was still adamant, hey, cause I'm my mom's only son, so Yeah, but I'm the youngest on my mom's side. No, it's on my dad's side. But yeah, with me being my mom's only son, and then my sister, she like lived with my grandma, so I was the only. It was just me and my mom for a very long time, and yeah, I never got shit twisted. Like my mom was the type, hey, I pick you up by your ankle and wax that ass. You feel like my mom did not play, so I don't know where y'all. I don't know where these niggas be.
Room. When we said that wasn't fair, he grabbed our youngest sister and said she would share the bed with him to make space for the rest of us. This caused everything to explode into madness. We knew he was going to do something horrible to her, and he was clearly willing to trade her for me or either of my other sisters.
Oh, so
Our
he's a
mom,
weirdo
desperate
too?
to defuse things, offered to take her place. But
No,
he said he
what?
would rather die than sleep next to someone as old, fat, and ugly as her. For hours, we fought
my
and fought
God.
until it was almost midnight. Suddenly, our mom told us all to stop so we could at least appreciate the whole point of why we came to the hotel in the first place. To watch the countdown to New Year's and the fireworks that followed. We all knew the argument would resume as soon as the show was finished, but everyone seemed tired enough to take a break, even if it was only for a few minutes. So, we all gathered on the small balcony just outside our
What?
room.
What? No. 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 Not you talking about doing violations and we all just standing out on the balcony smiling at taking a break from the madness. At this point, let's just throw Big Bro off let's just phew, phew, toss him. What are we doing? There is no happy family here. I be at a loss for words sometimes.
Room. It was freezing, but nobody wanted to huddle together for fear of our brother touching us. For 10 unbearably awkward seconds, we counted down as one family. Then the fireworks started, enough to keep us distracted for just a moment. Sadly, my brother tried to use the fireworks as a diversion. While he thought nobody was looking, he put his hand over my little sister's mouth and tried to pull her back inside the hotel. He managed to close the door on us, almost locking us out. But my older sister noticed at the last second and grabbed the door to keep it from locking. Then my
Bro. Like situations like this, bro. There are just truly sick people in the world, bro. Just truly sick individuals, bro. Your younger sibling, your little sister, bro, and just devious, man. Like I don't know what be going through their heads, like.
mom joined her and they ripped the door open. Before I knew it, the two of them and my older sister rushed inside, leaving the door wide open for me to follow. But I didn't. The fireworks were still
What?
going on for a little while. I figured there wasn't any point in trying to change anything anymore. So I
What?
decided to enjoy one nice thing in my life while I could.
If y'all are joining me from my shorts, then y'all know I get stressed out. Cause what's up with this bitch? She said I'm finna enjoy. Fuck my little sister. I'm finna just go ahead and enjoy the firework. There's no point in what? No. There's a lot of you can go in there and now it's 4 against 1, and y'all slicking and slicing shit, man. That's the only option. Slicking and slicing shit. Take away his manhood. Like he feel like he's such a big man. Take away the manhood. I feel like that's how we should deal with those situations. That's how we should deal with these sick individuals. Take away the manhood, like that, because that's a brain that you're thinking with. That's a brain that you're using in that you're not using it correctly, man. So let's just take it away. Let's just go ahead and take it away, because it's obviously leading you astray and further from the light, man.
Just when I thought I had a moment to myself, all hell broke loose. I looked back inside moments later and saw my brother with a knife. He charged after my sisters, but my mother jumped in the way to protect them. He then stabbed her without even flinching. When he was done with her, he didn't hesitate to finish what he started. It didn't matter if they ran or fought back. He caught them and was trying to take them all out, stabbing and slicing them one by one. I had to get away, but there was only one way out, down. I climbed over the railing of the balcony and started to make my way to the lower level. But by then, I had already waited too long.
Let's go over this one last time, Mr. Arshad. These bodies, they are your family, correct?
My mother and beautiful sisters. Yes.
And you did these things to them, right?
I poked them and cut them until they were dead.
So, you killed them.
I did! At the stroke of the new year.
Okay. And then...
See, like, I knew a dude in high school that used to, like, watch those gore videos, like, back when, you know, seeing just, like, death and carnage and stuff online was, like, a new thing. And bro used to get on them websites, and I always thought, like, something was mentally wrong with him. And this is how I would imagine, you know, he turned out. Like, I'm not gonna lie and cap, like, you know, oh, my bad, I thought my phone was ringing. I'm not gonna cap and, you know, act like I didn't see, like, just willingly look up some, you know, obscure shit just because, you know, it was the early days of the internet. But just consuming that all day, and, you know, and I consume horror content all day, but it's different. But consuming stuff like that all day, I feel, ruins your damn brain. It ruins your shit. So, yeah, y'all gotta be careful what y'all be consuming and putting in y'all's bodies, for real.
From midnight until housekeeping found you at 7 in the morning, what were you doing?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Do you really, really want to know?
Yes!
Do you really, really, really want to know?
Just tell me! Tell me, goddammit!
Well, it's the holidays, isn't it? We finally had some family bonding time.
Officer Nicko on the scene. Shut this shit up. Shut up. See, that's why I couldn't be no police officer. Cause I get irritated, and then I'm over there beating up suspects and beating up, you know, like it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. So I can't. Hey, shout out to Astro Dior, man. Shout out Astro Dior.
A 24-year-old man has been arrested after the bodies of his mother and 4 sisters were found inside a hotel room on Wednesday, January 1st. Mohammed Arshad was detained after he reportedly admitted to taking out his family amid...
Alright, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. If you don't like it, oh well, you're here with me. We kicking it. He looked like he did it. Right? He looks like the type of person that would do this. Like, just look at the cold glare right here. Yeah, there's no soul behind those eyes.
The New Year's Eve dispute. It was mentioned that Arshad allegedly served his family food and drinks containing an unspecified drug before he took them out with a knife. One year ago, I was celebrating the final day of 2024. It would soon be 2025. My girlfriend and I wanted to celebrate New Year's Eve in New Orleans. We'd been there for Mardi Gras a few times, so we knew what to expect. The streets were packed. Parties spilled out of every building.
Who is this? Like this looks like a character straight out of American Dad or Family Guy. All of these characters look like American Dad or Family Guy. But what is this specimen? Who is this supposed to be? Reminds me of Martin Lawrence in that one episode where he got beat up by Tommy Hearns, but the white version. Y'all know what I'm talking. I'll show you.
In sight. For the countdown to New Year, we made our way to the center of it all, Bourbon Street. We were as drunk as anyone there. The crowd was electric, almost overwhelming, but it felt so worth it just to be a part of something so amazing. As we counted down the last fleeting seconds of 2024, the energy amplified beyond belief. There was cheering and chanting. Phones and
Hold up, wait. Hey man, they just took straight up Family Guy models and made their own shit. Just look at this.
The energy amplified beyond belief. There was cheering.
They just got Peter Griffin, just chilling. They didn't even try to change nothing, bro. They said we just need models for our story. That is crazy.
Cheering and chanting, phones and cameras everywhere trying to capture the final moments of what had been one hell of a year. Finally, the clock struck midnight and 2025 was here. Fireworks erupted from all directions and exploded overhead. As I leaned over to give my girlfriend a kiss, our moment was cut short by a sudden shift in the air. The cheers turned to shouting, then screaming. The year was less than a minute old, yet something was already wrong. If the crowd hadn't been so dense, we might have seen it sooner. Over my girlfriend's shoulder, I saw the first of many sights from that night which still haunt me. The crowd of people on the sidewalk behind her were panicking as a pickup truck plowed through them. Acting on pure instinct, I grabbed my girlfriend and jumped out of the way. We fell through the air as the truck flew past us. I held on to her as time.
Oh, well, I feel like I remember this happening. I feel like I remember this happening in real life. Like, I feel like I remember seeing this report on the news. Okay, let's just let the video play.
I could, but just before I hit the ground, I felt her slip out of my hands. After landing on the ground, I immediately looked back at her, but she wasn't there. Her body was tumbling across the pavement, and that's when I realized the truck had hit her. It continued down the street, running over person after person in a mindless rampage. Then it stopped and began to turn around. It wasn't safe to go back on the street, but I couldn't leave her there. I had to get her out of the way before the truck came back to hit her again. I scrambled to my feet and ran to her, but the closer I got, the more I could see the extent of what had been done. Her clothes and skin were shredded. Her arms and legs slumped like a rag doll. Her face was looking up, right at me. Her neck was broken. I'll never forget the expression stuck on her face. That dull, confused shock. Like she didn't even have a second to realize what was going on or even feel pain. As I stared down at her, watching the color of life still draining from her skin, I wanted to collapse, break down, scream in agony, but
Bro, what would you do if, like, the year, like, you're not even a minute into the new year, and your loved one just get taken out by a car? Bro, I gotta get my get back. I got to.
Had to wait, not far away. I heard the truck revving and screeching, barreling towards me all over again. I panicked and ducked into the first alleyway I saw. Just seconds before that monster blew past. That time, I caught a glimpse of the man behind the wheel. There was unbridled rage in his eyes, but not quite insanity, just pure evil. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he was never going to stop until all of us were dead. Cowering in that alleyway, my mind grappled with reality. It had all gone to shit so suddenly. I was bearing witness, trapped and powerless as that monster circled back and forth, murdering innocents with every pass, grinding the remains of his dead victims into the asphalt again and again. Eventually, it had to come to an end. The cops finally surrounded the truck, yet the psycho wouldn't quit. I watched as he stepped out and opened fire on the police without a moment's hesitation. He wounded a couple of them, but within a few seconds, they took him out. The instant he hit the dirt, I felt a wave of compulsion. I ran out into the street and right to my girlfriend. I wanted to be with her even though I knew she was gone. Looking back though, seeing her again after she had been run over so many more times was probably a mistake. In the aftermath, I was inconsolable, convinced it should have been me that died, not her. I should have...
I'm sorry. Unless it's my kid, I'm never gonna be one of those "it should have been me" type people. It's unfortunate that happened, but I thank God it wasn't me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Unless it's just like my kids, like, and it's probably just my mindset now, but I'll be able to find another wife eventually.
Just shoved her out of the way instead of trying to save myself too. I had to explain to her family the way she died, expecting to be torn to pieces for failing her. However, those who could manage to speak told me it wasn't my fault. There was only one man responsible, the man driving the truck. His name was Shamsuddin Jabbar. The police found a terrorist flag in his truck, as well as several videos he posted just before the attack. In them, he pled his allegiance to that evil cause, plainly stating what he planned to do. In the end, over a dozen people were killed that night, and many more suffered life-altering injuries. The funeral for my girlfriend was held a week later. Today, as New Year's Eve approaches once more, these memories have resurfaced, as crystal clear and painful as the day they were carved into me. If it is even possible to celebrate New Year's Eve at this point, I will be doing it alone. On January 1st of 2025, at around 3:15 a.m., Shamsuddin Jabbar, a 42-year-old American man, drove a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Louisiana, then exited the truck and engaged.
Okay, so I do remember this happening, because I got, the reason I said shout out to New Orleans, because I went to school in New Orleans, and so I got homies that still live in New Orleans, and so when this was going down, like, I was seeing like my friends, like some of my friends posting about this as it was happening, and so, dang, that's how that went down. Crazy. And like, I don't know why have, vehicular massacres become, like, why have those started going up? Cause like, you do see a spike in them if you look over like historical data. They've been going on a lot more recently.
In a shootout with police before being fatally taken out. 14 victims were killed, plus the perpetrator, and at least 57 others were injured, including 2 police officers. The attack occurred during New Year's celebrations in the city, which was scheduled to host the 2025 Sugar Bowl later that day. The assailant, Shamsuddin Jabbar, was an American-born resident of Houston, Texas. An ISIS flag was found in the truck. It was stated that Jabbar had been inspired by ISIS. Jabbar had allegedly posted videos pledging his allegiance to ISIS in the hours before the attack.
Okay, well, I guess that's all for that. But just my final question, I wonder how, I guess it's just the power of the internet, but, how do you pledge your allegiance to ISIS when you grew up here? And I guess, sir, I don't know. I'm probably trying to rationalize too much. Anyway, man, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know if y'all fuck with that video. If y'all don't, oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm playing. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.